Hello everybody, welcome back to my page. I am here. It is part 2 of our stacked pumpkins. Say hello when you jump on. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. This is my page. And in just a minute, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in that keyword, which is different from yesterday, you guys, I've added a few things in here. Then you're going to get the supply list with all the links for all the things that we're using tonight that I could possibly put in a cart link, okay? Or that I could possibly put in the links in this thing, okay? So go ahead and type in the word stack, S-T-A-C-K, just stack tonight. You're going to get the supply list from yesterday and again the supply list from tonight, okay? Oh my gosh, there's all my friends. Y'all, how are you guys doing? Hey, Christine. Hey, Pam and Cassie. Hello, Carol and Maxine. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Terry and Kelly. Hi, Brenda and Florine. Hello, Lisa Marie. Hello, Dottie. Thanks for sprinkling, Florine. Hello, Victoria and Ruth. Hi, Mary Jo and Carol and Cheryl. And Carol says stack. Stack is the key word. Hello, Victoria. Hello, everybody. Hey, Dottie. Hi, Kimberly. You guys, I hope I didn't miss your names. I try to get them all. I really do. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a little bit about what I did last night. After the live was over, you guys, there was a little bit of fixing to do. So let's bring this up here and I'll show you guys what we have that we're starting with tonight. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Leanne. So we're starting tonight with our pumpkins. Last night, as you guys remember, it had this big old spot right here in the middle of the top one. And I went ahead and I repainted that background color and then laid my transfer back down and did it again in that vanilla. And now it looks perfect in my opinion. I think this looks fantastic. But I had some more ideas for some more stuff we could do with this. So we're not going to stop here, you guys. Hi, Pam. Hello, Elizabeth. Hi, Callie. Hi, Dale. Hello, everybody. Hello, all my friends. Hi, Holly. Hello, Carol and Leanne. You guys are awesome. Stack is the keyword. Hey, Missy. All right, you guys. Whew, if you jump on after this, I'm not going to be able to say your name because we got to keep moving. This project might still take a little bit just to get this finished because I had more ideas that I wanted to add to this. So, y'all, here it is. We're actually going to throw one more transfer on this, okay? Thank you, Ruth. I think it looks even better now, though. Hi. Hello, Kathy. So this is the pattern we're going to use, you guys. It's called the Modern Plaid pattern, and I love this pattern. We're actually going to turn this into the background. Now, there's 2 reasons why I didn't do this before I did the pumpkins. Number 1, because this was a total afterthought. Number 2 is because a lot of the times if you try to put your background down first, because we're doing transfers and the paste and it being raised just slightly, you would see that pattern going through your pumpkins, and I really didn't want that. So I'm kind of glad I thought about this afterwards, okay? So we're going to go ahead and open this up. This is my first time using this particular pattern, which is like our new plaid pattern that I love. Hey, Janet. Hello, everybody. But I want this to be a background color that doesn't really overwhelm the rest of it. So what we're going to need to do is mix up a color that's kind of similar to our background, but just enough to make it stand out. And I think I have the perfect combination. So because our background is white, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our tray, y'all. I'm doing mixology again, and I'm going to need quite a bit of this. Hello, Melinda. Hi, Kim. How are you guys doing? We're going to use some white. We're going to use quite a bit of white tonight. And I'm just going to put this right into a color tray. Wow, I don't have a lot of white left in this jar. Hopefully I have enough. I have enough. I have enough. Hi, Roxanne. That should be plenty. I think that that's probably more than plenty, honest to goodness. Let's put a smidge back in our jar there. It'll work. It'll be enough. And if it's not enough, we'll mix up some more. All right. And then what I'm going to do, we have a brand new color. This one is not on sale though, Carol. The one that I'm using right now is not on sale. This is our new Modern Plaid. Oh, absolutely. All right, you guys, this one right here, this is a new color that is called Ash. And it's a gray, but it's a little bit darker gray than our Storm. And I'm just going to take you guys, I'm going to say, well, as far as ratios go, I'm going to say this is probably 1 part ash to 8 parts white. Okay, so for every little bit of ash you put in there, you need to put 8 times that much white in there. And let's just see what we get. I don't want it to be extremely gray. I just want to be a little gray. A little gray. And y'all, I almost think it's still, no, I think that's going to work for us. I think that's going to work for us. It's just, it's gray. You haven't got the like button. What? I don't know why. Ruth, I don't know why. Did you get the message from me though with the supply list? Because it's supposed to automatically like your comment. My chat bot's supposed to automatically like all that stuff. Oh my goodness. You only slept for a few hours. Well, Wendy, I hope you don't fall asleep too, but if you do, I do understand, okay? I do. All right. You guys, here we go. Before, oof, what do I have on here? Yeah, bright white. Bright white and a little bit of gray. Before I get started with this, I do want to make sure that I've got this entire thing covered in surface wax. Yes, I definitely am going to need my glue gun tonight, and I'm probably going to run out of battery in it because it was on the entire day yesterday, and I never used it last night, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our surface wax, and we're going to put a thin layer over top of, it does kind of look like grayish, a little bit, yes. A little bit it does. And I'm going to go over really the entire board, but mostly making sure that I get a little bit of the surface wax all over my pumpkins. This is going to keep the adhesive on the back of my transfer from pulling up any of this paste that we spent all this time putting on this board yesterday to make these pumpkins. And then once I've got that on there, we're going to go ahead and grab our, oops, I don't want to put that in there, remember? I'm trying to keep my pad out of that thing so that it doesn't dry it out. I've got 3 more batteries over here, Jennifer, and they are all charged. I keep batteries charged for sure. I'm going to actually leave, no, I'm going to put it away. Oh, you just pushed stuff and it came back. All right, and then we're going to grab a towel and we're just going to go ahead and remove any excess wax that we've got on here. So you buff on and then you buff right back off, okay? Otherwise you end up with too much and then your transfer just doesn't stick anymore. Oh yeah, I always have backup batteries. There's always one on the charger, one on the drill, and one in the bag. All right, here we go. We're going to have to use this one a couple of times. And of course, I don't have a towel over here big enough to set this on when we're done. But the good news is that you do not have to wash your transfer between each layer if you're doing the same color. Okay, so I'll show you guys how to do that. We're going to go ahead and give this a really good fuzz. The easiest way, in my opinion, is to fuzz half the transfer. Oh, okay. Yes, I used the vanilla over top of the marmalade, and I was still able to get it to cover it. Absolutely. Hi, Lise. Hi, Tammy. All right. To me, this is the easiest way on the bigger transfer, is just to do half of it at a time so that you don't end up folding it onto itself, and then you end up with a stickiness that you don't want when your transfer sticks together, okay? Where do I put my stuff? All right, now I could go this way, but it's not big enough to fit that way, so we're just gonna go ahead and go right here. And we're going to start this right at the bottom. And I'm going to press it, and you guys, I can actually use my fingers to push it right up in there. Now, this is an autumn design, right? So I don't really need it to be absolutely perfect. I'm not going to make sure that it gets all the way right down in the corners and everything else. We're just going to kind of sloppy go about this. Hi, Joy. Hi, Linda. But we do need to be careful to go around our pumpkins when we're adding this design on here, okay? And I should have probably started at the other end, so I'm not putting my hands through everything, but I didn't. So we'll dry it really well, all right? So you can see where the pumpkins are at through the transfer. That's the great thing about our transfers. They're translucent so that you can see through them. So I can actually take my paste right up to that pumpkin. Right up to that pumpkin, you guys. And still make it look like it is the background. Using ink, the ink that I have gotten the last 6 months has a weird smell. I haven't noticed that at all, Darlene. But I don't know that I've opened up any new ink recently either. Well, you guys, I hope I've got enough paste for this. And like I said, I'm not going all the way to my edges with it either. All right, I'm actually going to pull out one of, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Of course, the one I want. There's the one I want. One of these smaller ones here. Just to get into those areas where it's a little harder to get to. Right up to my pumpkins. And just pull my paste right in there. Makes it a little bit easier that way to be a little bit more precise. Hi from California. Hello, Linda. You might want to do a fix it fast to the company then and see what they say about it. It could be a new formula that they're trying out. So this is like the hardest part, is just going around these pumpkins. Again, I'm not trying to make it perfect. We're just going to get it kind of good enough. And then we're going to do paste and pull as soon as I'm done here, just so that that doesn't really start to dry in the silk screen right there. All right. Hi, Noemi. Again, this was total afterthought, but I think it's going to look good to have. Oh, you guys, look at that. I love that. With the pattern behind it. Look at how cool that looks. Just a light gray pattern. Again, not trying to go too perfect around my edges. Somehow it just ended up with gray all over my fingers. Hi, Quindy, how are you doing? Oh, for some reason this side's a lot easier than the other side. Maybe because I'm right-handed. Thank you. Hopefully I have enough. Again, if not, we'll just mix up some more. And just kind of doing, like I said, a rough go around it. Stack is the keyword for tonight. It was stacked last night. S-T-A-C-K for tonight. Just stack. And there's a few more links in there than what there was last night. I think this is just going to add an extra little element to this project. And you guys could go right up to your edges if you want to. I didn't tape mine off, so I'm not going to. Just going to let it be what it is. Thank you, Darlene. Got it all over my fingers, though. All right, here we go, you guys. Let's pull off this first one, and then we can move it up, and we can do it again in the next section, okay? Oh, you guys, I think that that looks so cool. Like, doesn't that just give it a whole nother element right there, you guys? Just a whole nother look. Tell me again how you know that your ink has been set correctly. Is there still a texture to it, or is it just not sticky? It should be just not sticky anymore. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, you guys, you know what we could do? We could almost... Oh, man. Thank you. Should we do the entire thing, though, or should we just have that be like a base on the bottom and maybe put like a border there? What do you guys think? Does the whole thing need the background? You guys tell me. Makes a huge difference, doesn't it? All of it? Okay. Then here we go. We'll keep going. We will keep going. Let's make sure this is nice and dry before... Oh, see, and I just put my finger in it. It's not dry yet. Tanya says leave it as is. Carol says the whole thing. Lisa send some stars. Thank you, Lise. Brenda says I like it just like that. But a lot of people say do the entire background. Okay. Okay. A light blue for the... I don't think that I want to change the color because of all the embellishments we're going to add. I know it does kind of look like it's sitting on a tablecloth at the bottom, doesn't it? We'll do the whole thing. Up here is where I really need to make sure that it's dry. Any place where my transfer might overlap. It does kind of look like it's sitting on a table. All right, I'm going to turn this around now. And then we can take our transfer and we can line it right back up where it was before. So you want to make sure when you do this that your checkers and your plain area kind of like sit together, okay? If that makes sense. There we go. I've got that perfect right now. Thank you so much, Darlene. So I got this from ChalkCon as a gift from my leaders. Oh, we're going to have a little bit more to do at the top when we're done. But we're going to be awfully darn close. Oh, air bubbles. All right, let's try it. Let's try it, you guys. Turn it around. Turn what around? The transfer around? That would make sense, but I managed to line it up. But yeah, that would have made a lot more sense, wouldn't it? All right, you guys, I don't know if we're going to have enough of this gray. We might have to mix some more. We might have to mix some more. All right, where did we leave off? Right here. I'm going to start right here in this spot then. Let's get a little bit over here in this edge. Again, not trying to be perfect around my edges. But trying to get as close to those pumpkins as I can so that it definitely looks like the background. All right, let's see. You guys, we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna have enough gray. Thank you. Y'all, the ideas come to me like 10 minutes before I go live. That's pretty much it. And then it's a scramble to try to get everything pulled together in time. Because during the day, I'm trying to figure out what to feed my kids. I think I am going to need to mix more paint. I thought I'd have enough. I even put some white back, but that turned out to not be the best plan. Oh, I got an air bubble right there, y'all. All right, let's paste and pull. Thank you. I might leave the top as the border, you guys. I just might leave the top little border up there. Evan was not on his bike all day, but we did go for a bike ride this afternoon. It's just too hot right now to go for a bike ride for all day. So we did a family bike ride this afternoon. We went down the street and came back and just rode together, you guys. Hi, Tracy. Thank you. All right, let's see if I mixed that right. I think I did. I had a little less white this time. Coming in from an earthquake in Russia, hit the entire West Coast at some time tonight and early. What? I hadn't heard anything about that. Hopefully this mixes to be the same color, or at least close enough. Let's see how well I do. Because you never know. The one time I tried to not over mix color, and here I am. Mixing a second batch. Hi, Linda. All right, let's try it. Let's try it and see what happens. It looks to be the same. I definitely have more air bubbles in it this time, and I didn't mix it as well, so I've got some white spots. But let's just go for it. The hardest part right here. All right, you guys, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just not. It's going to start to dry on me if I don't pull this up quickly. Oh, yes! Oh, the only thing that I see is around the stem. I have to do this. It looked funky having that much white around the stem in a block that was supposed to be a full filled in block. All right, you guys, I think I've decided that I'm going to just go ahead and leave the border up here on the top and not try to lay my transfer back down again. I just don't think it's necessary to go all the way to the top. I think it's good. I think it looks fantastic. Your granddaughter hasn't been wanting to ride her bike with this heat either. Yeah, it's just too hot. It's just too hot. If I would have measured it, then I could have moved it up from the bottom and squared it up a little bit, or started it right in the center with the transfer, done the top and then the bottom, so that it would have been a little bit more even, but I didn't. Stack is the word for tonight. Yes, it was stacked with ED yesterday. Today it's just stack. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I have way too much of this color. And now that I'm ready to start embellishing, the glue gun has run out of battery. So I'm going to get a new battery for that real quick, you guys, as you hold tight. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. I love that pattern on the background. I think that looks fantastic. For us too, Carol, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, 10 degrees cooler tomorrow. And then even cooler than that on Thursday, which is great because John golfs on Thursday. All right, you guys, hold on a second. I'll be right back. I'm right here. Towel and a battery. Battery. And a towel. Oh, I will. I definitely will. All right, a towel for laying down my transfer. Then I can spray that really well. Paint a pumpkin. I could definitely paint a pumpkin with the leftover. And I will take that to my tub or my sink. And I'll clean that up after we're done. I'm going to move this back here, though, just to be sure that I don't end up with that all over my arms. Because I would. All right. Oh, I think I actually have something else that we can paint that color. You'll have to stay tuned and find out. Hi, Ro! All right, and I've been using a popsicle stick just to make sure that that charger stays where it's supposed to. All right, let's make sure that this is dry before we move on. You guys, if you're just jumping on, type the word stack in the comments. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. Oh, that looks so good. I need a drink, y'all. 5-hour energy shot. Don't judge me. All right. I'm going to flip this baby around so I can see the way it's supposed to go. We got to wait for some hot glue to show up in here and grab out some extra glue sticks because we're going to need them tonight. We're definitely going to need them tonight. So let me show you guys what we've got that we're going to be working with tonight. First of all, where is it? Where did it go? I bet you I put it in with my Excelsior. There it is. We're going to grab some Spanish moss. Okay. And as soon as I got some glue, we're going to take the Spanish moss and we're going to glue this right here in between each pumpkin. I just wish I had some glue. No. So we're going to use Spanish moss tonight, but look at this other stuff that I got at Hobby Lobby that I think is going to be just perfect. This is without a doubt my favorite pumpkin greenery. And you guys, if you type the word stack in right now and grab that supply list, the link for this at Hobby Lobby is there, okay? You've been issued a possible tsunami warning. Oh my gosh, Donna, run for cover, girl. So I got this one, and then I ran back to Hobby Lobby today because I really wanted to find one that was gonna match, and I saw this one before. So I went back and got it. You guys, look at how well this is gonna go with all of the colors on our pumpkin. So we're gonna break this apart. We're gonna use all of this stuff to embellish tonight. It's gonna look fantastic. Maybe even a couple of other things that I got out here. Oh, are y'all ready for this? Come on, glue gun, get some glue. Jennifer warned me too. She told me. She told me. Stack is the key word. How long does it take for this thing to warm up? It had already been warming up for like the first half of the live. Let's try it and see what we can get. Oh, we've got some glue. It's not very much, but we've got some. No! Come on. Thank you, Kim. All right, Pam, go ahead, go get yourself a nap. You might need it. I don't think that there's enough glue right there to really do much of anything. It'll put down a little bit, but not much of anything. Come on, glue gun. I should have checked it, y'all. Should have checked it. It's starting to drip. Tell you a story. What can I tell you a story about between yesterday and today? That's the thing. Oh, man. Oh, okay. So we sold our playscape last week, you guys. We've had this playscape in our backyard since we moved in here, since the kids were little. And it was this gigantic playscape. And we finally sold it. But when we first got the playscape, we wanted a way to have, like, we didn't want to do, we didn't want to pay, I should say, to do all of the mulching and all of that stuff in there. So John was doing a job and he came home with a whole truck full of carpet. Carpet, you guys. And so underneath this playscape, we have laid down a whole bunch of carpet in our backyard, just to keep the weeds from growing through, so we didn't have to weed it quite so much. And now we got rid of that playscape, and John is out there trying to pull this carpet out of our grass that has been growing there, or that's been sitting there for the last like 8 years. So he and Evan are out there with the tractor just trying to get that done today. And he told Evan that if Evan would help him start to finish, he was going to pay Evan $40. So that boy is out there working his little buns off to help his dad to get all this carpet out of there. And those two guys are like two peas in a pod. It's pretty much my story, you guys, for today. All right, oh, look at how good that looks. We're going to be messy. It's going to be messy. But it's going to look amazing, y'all. Hi, Dina. How are you doing? All right, let's go with our second pumpkin. When we're done, we'll just brush all of this off into the garbage can. And this covers up any of those imperfections with your paint when you were trying to put them together. So going a little bit beyond each pumpkin with that glue. Yes, money definitely motivates. Thank you, Linda. I'm going to cut my moss, though. Trying to just pull it out of here is messy. And once it's glued down, we can just shake off the extra and put that back in our bag. Has the neighbor boy been back? Yes, but only for a brief second today. So while we were doing all this cleanup in our backyard, we found some old bikes of Evan's that he won't use anymore. You guys, like a tricycle, stuff like that, that he just will never use. And so we put them out to the road just to get rid of them. And we think that the one neighbor boys who occasionally come over looking for pop bottles and work, this is called Pumpkin Patch. I think Pumpkin Patch for this one. I need to type in the word stack, and you're going to get the supply list for all the things. For all the things. And that'll give you the names of everything, okay? Because I can't think while I'm crafting at all. So we think that those other boys came by today and got all that stuff from our yard. And the one little boy that always causes trouble was there at the same time and ended up, I don't know, he came to my door and told me that the other boys tried to jump him. And that I shouldn't allow them on my property anymore. And my response to him was kind of I'm sorry that happened. Are you okay? Do you need a bottle of water? And I said to him, I will decide who I allow on my property. But apparently these boys trying to jump him happened right in front of my house where we were giving away a whole bunch of free stuff at the road. Yeah. Something tells me you guys were fighting over the free stuff. And you didn't like that you lost, so you're making up stories to try to get them in trouble. That's what I think happened. That's what I truly think happened. All right, you guys, we've got a lot of moss on here, and some of this moss is inevitably going to fall off. But some of it will also stick down even better once we add some more embellishments to this, okay? So far, ooh, it looks fantastic. I like it. Now we can start adding our other pieces. I know, right? He should have gone to his mom. But they never do. They come to me. I told him, I says, do you want me to call your mom? Do you want me to, like, escort you home? And it was at 9 o'clock, too, y'all. That these kids are roaming the neighborhood. That's what I think happened. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and start with my favorite one here, which is this one. It's my favorite. Thank you, Ruth. We're going to cut off some leaves. We're going to cut off some tendrils. We're going to cut off a bunch of stuff and just start layering everything in here. And I actually think that I might make a new stem, maybe with some of these pieces. Ooh, I like those leaves. I like how everything about this one is like, it's curly. It's curly and it's totally pumpkin-like. All right, let's start with these pieces. And see what we can do. So the link for all of this stuff is right there in on my thing. Just type in the word stack. So I love this one right here and how it twists around. And I almost feel like this should be at the top. Am I wrong? On that top pumpkin somehow. And it's bendy, y'all. All of this stuff is very, very bendy. Oh, great. Definitely make a smaller version if you've got the stuff to make a smaller version. Is it perfect though? Let's cut it smaller. Let's still put the stuff there, but make it smaller. I think it's too much with the whole piece, okay? So let's cut them individually. The frame was not on sale this week. No, it was not. I did look today to see if the wood pile stuff was on sale, and it's not. No worries, y'all. No worries at all. Yeah, oh yeah, Kim, we've got so much more to do. So much more to do. All right, I've got a little spindle here. And all of these little bitty pieces. And we can just kind of overlap. Well, this one's got a little bit more red in it. I like that it's got red. And I think I'm going to just tack it down right there. Just so that it doesn't stick up quite so far. We're definitely going to put some ribbons on here, you guys. All right, now I've got this piece here. I'm going to use my finger. You could use a paintbrush or anything else that you've got to make some little spindles for it. Like I said, I think that this is just the perfect pumpkin stem piece. For a project like this. Oh, yeah, the stuff that's spring sale, yes. Yep. All right, y'all. We still have more to do. And I'm only going to put the leafy parts where you'd have the top. You love the tendril? Awesome. Remember, we have that whole other one that we're going to add to this too. And I'm just plucking them right off the stem. Thank you, Catherine. Hobby Lobby does have some nice surfaces. I think my finger's stuck. Oh, how cute! Thank you. Y'all, there's no rhyme or reason to anything that I'm doing either. We're just adding them in there in different places to give this some more texture, some definition. Thank you. We need a couple of little tendrils down here as well. So I'm just adding some hot glue right to the little stem of it and then tucking it right up in there. Because they're all different, right? No, they did not, Jackie. This is 3 different pumpkins. The color of the checker squares is white and ash combined. I mixed it myself to make a custom color. All right. Y'all, I think at this point I've got some more little leafy pieces. Where can I put them? All right. We're just cleaning up a little bit here so that we can really see how this looks. Oh, you guys, I love it. I love it already so far. But, y'all, let's get rid of this one and let's start layering with some more color because I love the colors that are in this piece here. And there's so much stuff we can do with it. So I kind of want to keep the pieces that are blue kind of close to the blue one, I think. We can take some of these oranger pieces here. Oh, I love this. Ah, Ruth. I love the idea of these orange ones kind of coming as a fan from the bottom. You guys, the more I do, the more I like it. I know, right? There's no way I could have finished this in an hour. You're right. I could not have. No way. Oh my goodness. The more I add, the more I love. The more I add, the more I love. All right, let's see what pieces we've got here that are going to go really well with that tan at the top. Because I just keep going with this. And it seems like the more you add, the more I like it. Just layering different pieces. Keeps getting better and better. I thought it was already beautiful. That was gorgeous. Right, we still have one more thing that I want to do to this too. I might do. We'll see. I'm going to get you guys' opinion. I'm going to get you guys' opinion on something. that we may or may not do. I kind of liked how those looked layered together on the other side. Oh, we need some more blue. Thank you, Tracy. And then why not, let's take some of these little feather pieces and put some of this stuff in here too. I just like to pick apart these little, the whole little stem piece. Jackie. I told you guys come back for the showstopper, didn't I? Oh my goodness. The more I do, the more I love. I feel like we need something else in here though. We don't have it. We've got the orange on the bottom. Thank you. We need something right in here. So what else do we have in this little pick that we could use? I feel like these pieces are just going to be, maybe, let's try them. They might look too crunchy. I don't like those. I don't like these pieces. I don't know why, but I don't. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. I have more stuff that we can use instead of that. That's orangey. Huh. That's totally clashing with it, you guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. Chris is like, I'm watching intently. I love it. Do we go for this? I like these two pieces together. And I think that that will work just because of the coloring in it. So put some blue by the orange one. I could do that. I do have some other blue stuff over here. I also have some of this stuff we could throw in there. Use some of the yellow. Go for the yellow, like this stuff. A big old yellow leaf. Let's see how it looks. I'm all right with that. You think it'll pop with the blue? I got some ideas. I've got some ideas. Trust that. I've got ideas and I've got a bunch of stuff still. Whole bunch of stuff. I'm just looking at everything else in my stash, you guys, for a second. To see what else I've got that might work. And I think I like this better than those. I think I like this stuff better because it's got a little bit of orange in it. So let's try this instead. Half of the stuff, you guys, I don't know where I got it from. I really, really, really don't. I buy greenery left and right, and I just keep buying more and more and more. Oh yeah, y'all, that's the way to go. That's the one right there. A sunflower. Y'all, I have still got some ribbon to put in here. Right now, I'm just trying to get it a little bit fuller on each one. You can see that I left the middle of it kind of plain. It is addictive, isn't it? All right. So, so much better with those pieces, isn't it? All right, we've got some ribbon that we can use. That really, really matches all of these. That really matches each and every one of these, okay? Can never remember what way to cut a ribbon. You guys! All right, I'm going to put this one right here in the middle. I've got a couple of different colors that I can use. The ribbon also came from Hobby Lobby, yes. Everything that I'm using tonight pretty much came from Hobby Lobby. Pretty much. You buy floral when it goes on sale. I do too, and then I forget where I got it from. Because I get it everywhere. I get it at Walmart. I get it at Hobby Lobby. And they know me by name up there at Hobby Lobby. And they know my dog's name! The pumpkins are chalked on. It's chalk paste with a transfer. Oh, y'all. I'm feeling good about this. That is so super sweet. With the little bow there. Yes. Thank you, Teresa. I don't know if I had enough glue. Oh, Tracy, you should. You get a lot of ribbon from Sam. I do too, Kim. I do too. Sam's has always got good ribbon. All right, I have a couple of different colors that I can also use of different ribbons. And then we're going to have to figure out something for the bottom down here because I feel like that's just too plain. But I don't think I want to put a bow there. So for this one, we're just going to use some orange. Oh, how stinking cute! This one might have to hang up in my house, you guys. Maybe I'll part with it next year. We'll see. We'll see. Yes. Oh, that's a great idea. Not a sunflower. I've got a different flower that I can put at the bottom. I forgot all about that flower. What is that? I don't know, but that came out of my my bag. A mini pumpkin. That would look cute too. All right, and then I've also got some of this chiffon ribbon for the top one. Thank you, Ruth. I was just trying to find colors that matched. Now I can't remember how to tie a bow. Try the orange ribbon on the white pumpkin, but I want the white ribbon on the white pumpkin. Oh my, it's these things right here. You guys are going to take those off my fingers. I still have the glue things on. Now I need the glue things back. Okay, y'all, I have got the most gorgeous flower, I think, for this project. It's right here. I love this flower. I picked this out a while ago. And I tried it with this project, and I was like, that is so stunningly perfect. Y'all, look at that. Right there it is. That's my piece for the bottom. If y'all don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Use a sunflower on yours. I love this one. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm using this one. I think it goes well with all of the entire design. It fits the theme. It fits the color scheme. It just looks so pretty with all of it. Now, there was actually something else that I was going to do, but I don't think I'm going to tonight because I honestly think that this couldn't get any better. I think that it's perfect just the way that it is, but I will show you the idea that I had that you could also do with this if you wanted to. When I was at Hobby Lobby, I also found some wooden pieces, and they have a set that says thankful, grateful, and blessed. And so I'm just going to show you guys. I'll hold it up so you can see. If you decided to put the words on there, you guys tell me, what do you think? You could totally put the words on there as well and have thankful, grateful, and blessed on there, or you could just leave it without. What do you guys think we should do? Should we add them, or should we just leave them off? What do you guys think? Do you like the words? We could paint these. Mary says, I like the words. Love the words on. Ruth says no words. Tracy says it's perfect as it is. Rose says on. Victoria says without. Could just put one on. Donna says off. Valerie says on. Words, add words. Without. So I can tell you guys right now that the trend as an actually for, I know, I think so too. I think it looks great both ways. The trend currently is having decor in your house that does not have words on it. That's kind of more, thank you, Teresa. Yes, it kind of looks more high end without the words. And the words make it look too busy, but the words do look great. So it's really about personal preference as to what you want to do. I do think that I'm going to leave them off. I think Sherry's got it right. They kind of take away from the look of the pumpkins. But if that's your cup of tea, I just wanted to show you guys that that's a whole nother way that you could go with your pumpkins just to add a little bit more to it. Make them removable. Now that's not easy, Jackie, because if I make them removable, then I'm going to have something on here that's going to make it look like that it's missing something. Like if I were to put Velcro there to make them removable, you're going to see the Velcro piece on the back when I take them off. So I think that I'm going to leave it without. But when you guys remake yours and you do one of these too, because I know that you want to now, you can definitely do it either way that you want. But what do you guys think? Can you add? Yeah, you could definitely add them at Thanksgiving. You could even, I mean, you could add just one word at the top if you wanted to, like thankful up there. You could do it any way you want to. Any way you want to. You could even do like along the side, thankful, grateful, blessed, however you want to do it. I think that it looks fantastic though. You guys, that's our finished project. 2 days in the making, but I think it was worth every moment. I hope that you guys agree that, thank you, Ruth. Thank you so much. I think you guys agree that it was worth all of the time and effort put into it. I love this piece. I think it's stunning. I think it looks great just as it is. And I can tell you all that I found a piece similar to this, okay? I found a piece similar to this, but it's just a flat design, you guys know. It's like printed to kind of look like this at Kohl's. And you guys, printed to look something like this at Kohl's, and the retail value on that was $179. Just so you guys are aware of that. Is there a mini pumpkins transfer? I don't think so, Kathy. So just so you guys are aware of that, I could even post the picture of the one from Kohl's that I found with the price tag on it, and you guys could compare. But I just wanted to let you guys know, like, I saw that and I was like, holy crap. When you paste and pull, does it stop it from drying in the transfer? No, it does not stop it from drying in the transfer, but it stops the paste from drying in the transfer while it's still attached to your surface. So you're relieving the paste out of the transfer while it's on your surface instead of letting it dry in there and then it pulling up with your transfer, if that makes sense. You're right, Carol. So y'all, get the transfer, get the surface, make your own, and you're going to save a ton of money. Thank you so much, Vicki. All right, you guys, that's it for me for tonight. If you are not yet a Perks member with me and you're watching for the first time and you want to know how you can get all this stuff for 30% off every single time you shop, please let me know. I would love to have you in the Perks community, and I can help you get a discount that way. You guys, I will post the Kohl's picture. Probably not tonight, though, because I kind of have a mess to clean up. But I will post that. You guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. Is that 18 by 24? I don't know. I already took the sticker off of it. But no, it's not that big. It's a C-size surface. It's a C-size surface. So what is that? 12 by 18. 12 by 18. So the surface is probably 18 by 20. No, 18 by 14, probably. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Stack is the keyword for tonight. Love you all so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Let's put that right there.